On $20,000 of random spending, a card earning 2% would produce about $400. A card earning 1.5% would produce about $300. That $100 gap is real, but it is not the whole decision. Credit card strategy does not happen in a spreadsheet. It happens when the mechanic hands you an invoice, the medical office asks for payment, the furniture store gives you a total, or an online checkout page is waiting. In that moment, you either have a system or you are guessing. This video is not about finding one perfect card for everyone. It is a practical test for the catch-all role in a wallet. We are going to compare Citi Double Cash, Wells Fargo Active Cash, and Chase Freedom Unlimited by job, not by hype. Before anything else, rewards only make sense when you pay your statement balance in full and avoid interest. This is educational content, not financial advice. Always verify current card terms directly with the issuer before applying. Also, every named card detail in this video is change sensitive. Citi, Wells Fargo, and Chase can change terms, rewards, fees, benefits, and redemption rules. The issuer pages are the source of truth, not a YouTube video. Section 1. Define true catch-all spending. The first mistake is comparing cards before separating the purchases. Imagine 3 bills: $1,100 for a car repair, $650 for a doctor bill, and $1,800 for furniture. That is $3,550 of none of the above spending. It is not dining, it is not groceries, it is not travel, it is not a rotating category you remember to activate. It is real life. That is where a catch-all card matters. It gives you a default answer when no better category fits. So before choosing between these cards, look at the last 60 days of purchases and circle the items that had no obvious bonus category: car repairs, medical bills, parking, furniture, home supplies, random online orders. If that pile is small, the difference between 1.5% and 2% may not change your life. If that pile is large, the base rate matters more. The usable takeaway is simple. Measure none of the above spending before choosing a catch-all card. Section 2. Citi Double Cash as the buy and pay structure. Citi Double Cash is often used as a flat-rate cashback example because Citi describes the card as earning cash back when you buy and additional cash back as you pay. Verify the current wording and terms directly with Citi before relying on it. The role is clear. It can serve people who want a simple base card and who understand that the payment side matters. On a $1,000 repair, the question is not only what percentage appears on the page. The question is, can you use this card correctly, redeem in a way you actually understand, and pay the statement balance in full? Who should be careful with it? Anyone who dislikes the buy and pay structure wants every reward to post in one simple mental step, or does not want to interact with Citi's redemption system. Also, if someone is carrying a balance, chasing rewards should not be the priority. The takeaway: Citi Double Cash can fit the flat rate base roll for some viewers, but the mechanics and current terms must be verified. Section 3. Wells Fargo Active Cash as the simple headline. Wells Fargo Active Cash is easier to explain in one sentence because Wells Fargo currently describes it as unlimited 2% cash rewards on purchases with no categories to track. Verify that directly with Wells Fargo before publishing or applying. For the viewer who wants low-maintenance cash rewards, that simplicity has value. A $2,000 mix of medical bills, furniture, and random shopping would be about $40 before fees, interest, exclusions, or behavior mistakes. That phrase matters: before fees, interest, exclusions, or behavior mistakes. The reward is not free if the purchase triggers a processing fee. It is not useful if it encourages overspending. And it is definitely not useful if interest enters the picture. Who should be careful with it? anyone who wants to build around transferable points, anyone who values another issuer ecosystem more, or anyone who only sees the 2% headline but ignores redemption rules, benefits, and their actual payment habits. The takeaway: Active Cash fits the viewer who wants a clean cash rewards default more than an ecosystem puzzle. Section 4. Chase Freedom. Unlimited is not a pure 2% card. Chase Freedom Unlimited is a different kind of comparison. Chase currently describes the card as earning 1.5% or more on purchases, with higher categories such as dining, drugstores, and Chase Travel. Verify the current terms directly with Chase. If the question is only base rate, Freedom Unlimited may look weaker next to a 2% card. But if the viewer already uses Chase, spends meaningfully on dining or drugstores, or plans to pair rewards with a Sapphire-style travel setup, the ecosystem question becomes more important. This is why the test cannot be only a ranking. A pure cashback person may prefer a cleaner 2% style roll. A Chase ecosystem person may accept a lower base rate because the card has a job inside a larger setup. Who should be careful with it? Anyone who is not using the categories, not using the Chase ecosystem, not interested in travel redemptions, and only needs a simple default card for random purchases. The takeaway: compare Freedom Unlimited by ecosystem role, not only by base rate. Section 5. Run the 5-question catch-all test. Question 1. How much true catch-all spending do you have? If the difference between 1.5% and 2% is $17 on a small basket, simplicity may matter more than optimization. If the difference is $150 a year, the answer may change. Question 2. Do you want cash back or an ecosystem? Cash back is easier to understand. Ecosystems can be powerful, but they add rules, portals, transfer decisions, and redemption friction. Question 3. What happens at checkout? The best card on paper is not useful if you keep choosing the wrong card in real life. Your system should be simple enough to use in 2 seconds. Question 4. Are there fees or merchant rules? Some bills, taxes, tuition, rent, or medical portals may charge extra for card payments. If the fee is higher than the reward, the points are not a win. Question 5. What card would you avoid? This is the underrated question. If you hate tracking portals, avoid portal-heavy setups. If you hate monthly friction, avoid cards that require constant attention. If you carry balances, stop chasing rewards and focus on payoff first. Now put the 3 cards into roles. Citi Double Cash is the buy and pay flat rate example. Wells Fargo Active Cash is the simple cash rewards example. Chase Freedom Unlimited is the ecosystem example. That does not mean one is best for everyone. It means each card has a different job. The right answer depends on spending, payment behavior, redemption preference, ecosystem plans, and how much complexity you can actually operate. Here is the action step. Open the last 2 months of spending. Create 3 columns: category spend, true catch-all spend, and fee risk spend. Put groceries, dining, travel, and drugstores in the category column. Put car repairs, medical bills, furniture, parking, and random online orders in the catch-all column. Put rent, taxes, tuition, and any payment portal with a processing fee in the fee risk column. Then run the math at 1.5% and 2%. The dollar gap is your starting point, not your final answer. After that, ask which role is missing. If you need simple cash back, the answer may be different from someone building a Chase travel setup. If you want a clean default card, the answer may be different from someone trying to consolidate everything under one issuer. The callback is this: the best catch-all card is not the one that looks most impressive in a thumbnail. It is the one that still makes sense when the real bill is in front of you. Next, we will look at annual fee cards and the 3-question break-even test. Because a card can earn rewards and still fail, if the fee, credits, and real behavior do not add up. Rewards only make sense when you pay your statement balance in full and avoid interest. This is educational content, not financial advice. Always verify current card terms directly with the issuer before applying. If you want a simple way to keep track of the cards you already have, annual fees, and statement credits, I built an app called CardsNest. Scan the QR code on screen to check it out. CardsNest is independent. Always verify card details directly with the issuer before applying.